Hello and welcome to the How to Exit podcast. Today I'm here with Mike Mausteller. Mike served as the leader in the launch of brands such as Victoria's Secret's Pink and their sports line VSX from ideation to $1 billion in annual revenue. He now brings his experience in accreditations, certifications, and education to propel the growth of small and medium-sized businesses throughout the U.S. He guides the achievement of this through growth through coaching, consulting, training, public speaking, and other online education tools. Today's Mike is here with us. He's going to discuss some of the key value deterrents that can be filled in to maximize the proceeds of a sale of a business. Welcome, Mike. Thanks for being on the show, man.
And so here I am today. I've got my CEPA certification. I'm the president of the Ohio Exit Planning Exchange, and we're helping companies every day with the team that I've formed create value, not just individual sales.
I think a lot of the reasons business owners don't work with guys like you or do this process is it kind of seems overwhelming.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
how do you break it down for them so that they can actually add value to their company, make it sellable, and it just doesn't seem like, a 15-page laundry list of all the things they need to do?
Oh, yeah. Actually, just the way you explained it is how we work. So in order to get Z, I personally work with a financial wealth. Well, she's a wealth planner, right? So
Mhm.
she's managing wealth, not selling insurance and things like that. So she's managing wealth, and so I have my clients first sit with a lifestyle designer and decide what do they need. You've been working 90-hour weeks for 40 years. Do you really think you're going to say stop and you're going to be happy? So our lifestyle designer is trained in this area to be able to ask, hey, do we need to set $200,000 aside for you to have a passion project to kind of unwind for a few years slowly, but still own something? So anyway, we design the life, and then they go to our wealth planner, who of course says, okay, to live this life that you've laid out until you're 99 years old, this is the number you need to sell your business for. And that could come back, $6 million.
What is you talked about a little bit, they go through the lifestyle, stuff like that. How do you, I guess the next step is you set them down with your lifestyle guy or gal, and then you put them through the kind of a business valuation, and then you gave them a step-by-step plan. At what point can you see that tension relieve, right? Because there's a weight that people carry knowing that they don't think they can sell their business. They just don't think they can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's one of the things that makes this process so much better, because I'm not just telling you it's sellable, and I'm not just giving you a number. I'm basically confirming your future life is in good hands, right? We're going to get you to that. So this is, it's really that future visualization that people have. So now what we're doing right now is we're not selling your business. We're getting you that beach house. We're getting you that 200,000 passion project. We're giving you 2 trips to Europe a year. Whatever that is that was in their plan, that's what we're delivering. So when you're working towards that and not just value in your business, as soon as they make that, and you can see when they make that connection, like, hey, I can get you 80% of this value in the next 12 months. Wow, I'm only a year away from living the life that I dreamed of. Wow, that it's a different realization, because it's, like I said, it's not just numbers. I've worked for companies where literally I can sit down and say, for the projects I came up with, I led and executed, their profitability is 20% of the company's value right now because of those, based on EBITDA and things like that. You could, based on earnings ratios, price PE ratios. I can say I literally created 20% of the value of this company. We're getting ready to go into probably the biggest negotiation of your life. Let's first understand all of the things that are valuable to you, right? Let's have that conversation. Oh, your employees are important. Great. We're going to put in place right now that we're going to make the contract now so the next owner is held to it, that anybody who's terminated within the next 2 years gets a $50,000 payout or whatever, that 3 times their salary, whatever the number is. We can work all these things in. But if you just start and jump in, I need to sell my business now, it makes it a little bit tougher. If you want to do the fast sale, you lose a lot of the liberties that you have if you're looking ahead. And we can whatever the obstacle is, we can work through it. It's just a matter of understanding what is value to you.
What do you think about like just different strategies to get the owner, if the owner needs to retire sooner? What do you think about that type of thing where you acquire another company that has younger staff, better management in the same vertical, right? They could pick up your product line fairly easy.
Yeah, I love that for the right situation for sure. Not as as you said, it's not you can't just put that at market that. I want somebody, people couldn't even understand the concept from any marketing language. But if you can find that deal, it's great. The other option is working with a team like ours. Doesn't have to be us. It's not a pitch. This is a podcast. But when you work with a team like ours, we have fractionals, right? So we have someone who could come in if you get sick all of a sudden, or just need to go now. We can bring in people who can run the company on a fractional basis while preparing it for sale. So that's another option. If you can't, if they're not as fortunate as this person to have a business within 50 miles that's run well and can come in, the other option is definitely the fractional route. And we maintain a full C-suite and the second level, right? So we have a CFO, we also have an accountant and a bookkeeper, right? And the same thing. I've got someone who can run your HR, or I have a person who's a benefits specialist, a person who's a legal compliance specialist, et cetera, right? So we have this team built, and others do too. Again, it's not a plug for us, but fractional is definitely another option for people who get to that point for sure.
We were talking about things that could be detriments to the valuation. Do you look at things such as customer? What am I looking for? Dispersion or like
Yep.
over
Yeah.
concentration in one or two key customers?
Yeah. So your customer concentration, I really like to see everybody under 20%. That 20% number kind of scares me, right? That's a fifth of your business. That could disappear because, somebody else shut their business down. They were sick of it, or what. It doesn't even have to be anything related to you or your quality or your product or anything. It's just somebody else is having an event. So yeah, I really don't like to see anything above 20%. I know some people will give a little bit, but I would prefer if I can add up your top 3 and get to like 20%, 25%, right? So there's somewhere between, 8 and 10%, 8 and 15% each or something like that. And I feel a lot more comfortable there.